beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to tie-dye this sweatsuit.
But first, you'll need to gather these supplies.
So the very first thing I'm going to do is lay down some plastic bags as a protective barrier for my table. So first up, I purchased this aluminum foil tin from the supermarket. I'm going to use this as a container as I dye the garments. I went ahead and bought a tie-dye kit from Michael's, and this is what I'm going to use to tie-dye the garments. As you can see, it comes with 3 different colors, but I'm choosing just to use the turquoise color today. It also comes with some instructions on different tie-dye patterns that you can use, as well as rubber bands and gloves to protect yourself. I went ahead and purchased 2 individual packs of the turquoise dye as well, just because I'm doing a sweatshirt and a pair of sweatpants, and that might take up a lot of dye. I also have some plastic saran wrap to wrap the sweatpants in after I'm finished. I also have a cooling rack that I purchased. I'm going to use this cooling rack and set it in the aluminum pan like so. That way the garment can sit on top of the rack and then the excess dye can drip down underneath into the pan. We don't want it to like sit in the dye. Okay, great. So now that I have everything I need, I'm going to get started. The kit also comes with a bundle of rubber bands. This is what we're going to use to create our shape. Okay, now I'm ready to mix the dye. These bottles come pre-filled with dye, making it very simple for us. All we have to do is add some water to the bottle, shake it up, and dissolve it. I'm using this measuring cup as an easy way to fill the bottle. All right, that looks good. I'm going to secure the top tightly. Let me make sure it's on there good. And then just shake, shake. You want to shake this until it's fully dissolved. I'm also going to go ahead and prepare the other bottle too. That way I can do both garments back to back and they can both set at the same time. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is lay out the sweatsuit and get it ready to tie-dye. I'm going to be doing the crumple method. So you just lay the sweatsuit out like so. I'm doing the hoodie first, and then you can just kind of scrunch it up loosely. And this is tie-dye, so nothing has to be perfect. Just kind of crumple it up like this in no particular fashion. All right, I've got a crumple going on. Next, I'm going to use the rubber bands to secure it. So I'm going to crumple and rubber band, crumple, rubber band. Now there's a lot of fabric here, so I'm probably going to use a lot of rubber bands. I'm going to do this corner next. Just kind of scrunch it in. Then I'm going to go to this corner and get some good crumpling in. All right, so here's what my crumple is looking like. I tried to get in as many folds as possible. Also be mindful of the back when you're crumpling too, because you're gonna need to flip this over at some point. But anyway, I'm happy with this so far. Now that you have it all crumpled up, what you're gonna wanna do is take your pan setup and place it on top like so. This is where the gloves come in. And I'm just gonna squeeze this on here. Ooh, okay, dye is going places other than this sweatsuit. So just kind of be mindful of how hard you're squeezing the bottle, because this stuff splatters. And I can already see that this is going to require a lot of dye. Since this is the front of the hoodie, I'm going to squeeze a little bit more because I only have 3 bottles of this mixture. Now I don't want to have to go back to the store, so now I'm going to do the back. So when I put the dye on here, it ended up coming out a little bit scribbly, and I don't want that effect. Of course, there's no wrong way to tie-dye, but I'm not really going for the scribbly like splatter look. So I'm going to go back in here and just pour some water on top so that it can get kind of blotchy. Okay, let's see how that turns out. So I went ahead and crumpled the pants off camera just because I was a little bit tight on space, but here's where I am. All right, so I got the pants crumpled up as best as I could. Rubber bands started to pop on me, but yeah, that's the front and this is the back. I'm down to my last bottle of turquoise. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill that bottle up with water as well. And I'm gonna do a little something different here on the pants. What I'm gonna do this time is pre-wet the pants before I pour the dye on. And I only have 1 bottle of dye for this entire pair of sweatpants, so I'm gonna be mindful of that. I think I like how this is coming out better so far. I really want it to be splotchy and not splishy splashy. And I think just pre-wetting the sweatsuit is helping it kind of like helping the dye to spread out more in like splotch formation. All right, so let's get some of this on the back. I feel like the top and the pants are definitely going to look a little different, but it's all good. Here's what it's looking like so far. I'm going to pour a little bit more water on top. Ooh. That's what that's looking like. I want to catch the sides a little bit. All right, I'm all out of dye. Okay, I managed to get the sweatpants all dyed up. Now I'm just gonna let this sit here for about 6 hours. Really, I'm just gonna let it sit probably overnight because I'm not gonna dye anymore tonight. So tomorrow I'll come back and I will show you guys the end result.
I'm taking the rubber bands off so that I can go ahead and rinse out the garments. I recommend rinsing out your garments in a stainless steel sink if you have one. I did not have one, so I just took it outside and did it with the hose. After your garment is completely rinsed out, go ahead and put it in the washer and dryer. I recommend washing it by itself.